And we are very excited to have Sharon and Bram live here in studio. And we're live streaming them on Facebook, so you can actually watch. How are you guys?
We're great. We love to be here.
We are busier now than we have been in
a while.
living memory.
Oh, that's not quite true, but certainly in a while.
Come on, it's almost 40 years
Unbelievable.
since 1978. You guys,
38 years.
38. Well, that's close to 40.
No kidding. And who'd have thunk?
Don't push it.
Especially 38 years ago, we certainly had no notion that we were starting a career together. That was a big surprise and unexpected treat.
Well, how did that happen?
We got together. We were all members of Mariposa in the schools, which sends artists like us out to the schools to do educational concerts and workshops.
They're not, the educational was not the emphasis. It was really about music.
Well, right.
Music appreciation.
But it was in the schools.
It was in the schools,
So the teachers thought it was educational, but we weren't sure. And we got together, the three of us, because we were colleagues working within that program, and we decided to make a recording together. That was the first thing that we ever did, which is backwards from the way it usually works. Usually groups get together and they play in the garage, and then they go off and play in small venues, and then maybe larger venues, and then decide to make a record. But we made a record first.
First time we ever sang together was on One Elephant, Deux Elephants, and we discovered that it was fun to do.
It was fun to do.
But we did not anticipate there would be a career following that. And,
Well,
and go ahead.
The interesting thing is, the 40 years we've watched, in 40 years you've seen all sorts of things change for parents and young children. The one thing that's constant is the music.
Right. And also, I think it's fair to say the response to the music hasn't changed. When we do concerts, people ask, the world has changed, children are different, all of that. When we stand up on a stage and we sing for families, the families sing together, they have a good time together, and we think that that's vital. It's vital for us and it's vital for them, and it's what, when we meet 30-year-olds who get weepy when they meet us, I realized a while ago it's because they go back to it takes them back to their childhood where they had happy memories and happy experiences with the family.
It's highly nostalgic.
Yeah. And it's a bonding thing with parents. I mean,
Yes.
my kids, they remember, and when they think back to being a kid and have these discussions, they think about the music. They remember the music.
I love that. That's the most important.
I still remember songs that I learned in first grade. That they don't go away. They just live in there, and they're hiding for a while, and then pop.
Do you have a favorite?
It's really hard. It's like asking you if you have a favorite child. I mean, you love...
I do, depending on the day.
Don't we all?
I'll never admit to that. I have two favorites, one of each, a boy and a girl. We love all the songs we do, and we don't do anything that we don't love. We never recorded anything that we didn't like. First test was that we had to like it before it would ever make it to a record or a concert. However, having said that, there's nothing to match Skinnamarink. And when we found that song, we never imagined that it would be with us forever. But what could be better than a song that we sing to them, they sing to us, parents, grandparents, children sing to each other? I love you. What could be better than that? It's such a great message. We never taught it.
It's a lovely little song.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. It truly is.
Yeah, it's silly.
Agreed.
It's silly and sweet.
So where did the song come from? When you said you found the song.
Well,
very interesting.
We aren't songwriters. A lot of people think that we write some of the songs that we sing. None of us had ever written a song before, and we still haven't. Lois found it in Chicago from a young cousin. She said, "Lisa, know any good songs?"
And Lisa sang this
and
to
Lisa
her.
sang that to her, and Lois brought it to us. And we put it on the first recording. I didn't even sing on it. Lois sang the melody, Sharon sang the harmony, and I played the ukulele part on my guitar.
And then after recording it, we thought, when we did our first concert, we thought, wouldn't this be nice to end the concert with? What a nice kind of message. Well, that was the beginning of forever.
The beginning
And
of
it was
forever.
very clear that that was
Isn't
the
that
way to
lovely?
end everything that we did. TV, concerts.
What's it been like since we lost Lois?
Well, there are two parts to that question.
Right.
1999, Lois's husband,
98, he died.
98, Ernest died. And it just took the joy out of Lois's life. She tried to continue to sing with us, but her heart wasn't in it. Her heart was broken.
Yeah.
And so she said, guys, I just can't do this anymore.
But you guys go ahead and do it.
And we said, okay, we will continue. And we have since 1999.
Yeah. So her death, of course, 1 year ago, was an additional blow, of course, a forever blow. Lois was ailing and she was not living a full and happy life, although the joy of her life was her son David and her adorable granddaughter Tessa. And they are both still in our lives. And we were with Lois as the end was coming. We were with her at the end.
We were with her throughout. And with her, as you say, right to the end.
Yeah. And though she stopped performing with us, we didn't stop having a relationship with her. We were friends, we were business associates, we made decisions together, and she and I had many social activities together. We were in a dance group together, we were in a knitting circle together, and we all saw each other. So we spent time together.
And a friendship of so many years,
Yes.
working, living, performing so closely. To what do you attribute I mean, you guys, the Rolling Stones, there's not a whole lot of groups that kind of stay together that long.
It's not always easy because you have three individuals with three different points of view. And
we might have even had some arguments, like lots.
Really?
But you know, we were all three of us in long-term marriages. So we understood the give and take of a lasting relationship.
But this relationship that you had is kind of like a marriage.
It's like a marriage, yeah.
Well, that's
You
why.
two-timer, you.
Yes.
you know, it's interesting. We all three of us lost our spouses in Novembers of different years.
That weird.
Yeah.
Very weird. But we know how to negotiate. We know when you're certain about something. If the other person isn't so certain, then you have to find a way to find the common ground. And so far, I guess we have, because we're still together.
So tell us about the CD that you've just released.
Oh, this is fun. This is great fun. It's called 1, 2, 3, 4 Live. It's a CD of a live concert from 1982.
1982 in Oakville, Ontario, Canada. Live concert with a big band plus horns.
Terrific concert.
And the audience mic'd very well, so when they sang, you really hear them. And it was a highly participatory concert with a lot of repertoire of old favorites and some new songs for then. And it had never been put onto a CD before. We had digitized everything from those days and never done that one. And finally we said, this is ridiculous. This is a great piece of work, and it should be out there. And so I had an unopened, still in the shrink wrap LP
Nice.
of that concert.
Which was an award winner.
I don't remember.
Says here, the original vinyl release in '82 went gold in Canada, received the American Library Association
good.
Award for Notable Children's Recording. Congratulations.
We're glad we could remind you of that.
Thank you.
Thank you for that reminder.
As a matter of fact, if you look at the cover, you see that there is
got a
a
sticker.
seal on it, and that's
Right.
the American Library Association's
Well, that
stamp
explains
of
that.
approval.
So now we
And
know.
so we mastered it off the LP, and it turned out great.
Skinnamarink, dinky dink, Skinnamarink, doo. I love you.
One-touch access to wireless sound in every room.
Okay, and then I heard the campaign for Bose speakers, which uses
Oh, gosh.
Skinnamarink. I mean, how did
was
that
one-
happen? That must have been a lot of fun.
That's through our distributor,
That
and I
was
don't
who
know
you-
exactly
how
how
it
it happened. But
happened?
her people went out there, or maybe someone came to them. I'm not sure.
We don't know
But
how it started.
That was
say
without
thank you
a
for the
doubt.
check, and there you
Yeah.
go.
Well, no, it was more than that, because we thought the commercial was totally adorable.
Yeah, it was. It was
Totally
so
adorable.
cute.
So we were thrilled about that, of course. And then there was, of course, the Skinnamarink Challenge. Do you know about that? The Skinnamarink Challenge was a contest, and people posted on Facebook or Twitter their Skinnamarink. And there were a lot of celebrities, but then there were a lot of just regular people who sang Skinnamarink to their babies or their cats or their dogs or the camp group or the
full
group.
of children.
It was very cute.
It was great.
Oh, that is cute. We are speaking with Sharon and Bram. I'm talking about their new CD, the award winner. The award winner. The award winner right here on What She Said. So when you look back at all the years, 38 years that you spent singing together, what's the greatest joy? Is it bringing joy to families?
I think you put your finger right on it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the central joy of the whole venture for all the years. Singing in Carnegie Hall ain't bad either.
I guess.
Or
Wow.
or meeting President Clinton at the White House, that was okay too.
And did he know all the words?
We didn't give him a chance to test. But as Bram said, the best part is making music with children and their families and all of us doing it together and watching people leave with a song in their heart and a smile on their face.
Wow.
With a
said.
song in my heart, I behold your adorable face. That's from my childhood.
Yeah, there's some wonderful songs. I mean, Sharon and I were talking before. We now enjoy hearing the songs. There was a point where we could have tuned you out with
Sure.
the
Well,
young
yeah,
kids.
it was on all the time in the car.
Yeah. Honestly.
But you have to understand that
We knew that would happen.
we knew that would happen, and so we tried to make the music as interesting for the parents as it was for the kids. We know a lot of children's records that are dumbed down.
True.
We never did that. We
And
used
we
good musicians.
Never did that.
Good musicians, good arrangers, and we thought the quality of the music was key for us, for the parents, and why not for the children as well?
And if there were some words scattered through that the children of that younger age didn't know, either they would be curious enough to ask, "Hey, what does that mean?"
Or it didn't matter.
Or never mind.
The joy of being a child.
Yeah.
So I took my daughters to see you at, I can't remember whether it was the Hummingbird Center, the Sony Center, or whatever it was at the
Whatever
time.
incarnation of it, yeah.
At the
The
time.
O'Keefe Center.
The O'Keefe Center, probably. It was just wonderful. I mean, I spent my time because my children were called up. You had them sort of up there, few sort of on the stage around at the front of the stage singing. And I was just watching all the parents, and the parents were
singing
singing
too.
along. They know
Absolutely.
everything.
We know this.
Yeah,
We
we
know
love
this.
that.
Yeah.
And isn't that a terrific thing for parents and children to share?
It
That
is,
kind of
and you're
memory?
right. The message that you send out, the love, certainly that song, I love you. I mean, I think that it's sad today that we don't see children playing outside as much. We don't see them running in the streets. I don't know why, whether it's technology or whether it's there, but the bond of music is still there.
That's
There's
the
a
same.
really nice outside play place.
Yes.
Here in Toronto.
Yes, we need to tell you about.
in the June Rowlands Park. She was a mayor of Toronto.
That's right.
There's a Sharon, Lois, and Bram playground and
A music garden. We have
6.
6 permanently installed year-round musical instruments, percussion, and with a little bit of wind. And it's there for people of all ages to come and pick out tunes on the xylophone or chimes. And we just opened it officially
Last weekend, was it? Or 2 weekends
2
ago?
weekends ago. And it's just
charming.
fantastic.
What a wonderful thing.
And it's
Terrific.
overlooked by an elephant.
Overlooked by a
course.
very familiar looking elephant, welcoming, saying, "Come into my music garden."
Well, the great thing about the music, I mean, aside from the fact that music is such an important thing for the memory, for bonding, but music does encourage movement, which is the one thing that's starting to recede from our children's lives with all the technology. But you can't help but move when the music gets going.
And when we're performing, the audience is moving all the time. We get them up, they're down, they're doing actions. That's key.
And if the song didn't come to us with actions,
We created them. Yes.
5 Little Monkeys, I think my personal
Now,
favorite.
that's a big favorite. That's
Yeah.
a very big popular.
originally it was 100 Little Monkeys,
Be
but
grateful.
we thought that
Too many. We have to. Will you sing us out?
We could.
We would
can.
love you to.
Okay.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Skinnamarink dinky dink, Skinnamarink do. You could do it. I love you. Skinnamarink dinky dink, Skinnamarink doo. I love you. Put up the sun. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening underneath the moon. Skinnamarink dinky dink, Skinnamarink doo. I love you too. Boop boop be doo.
And we love you. Thank you for 38 marvelous years.
Thank you.
See y'all next time. I love you too. Boop boop be doo. Yeah.
Click the channel subscribe button for full-length interviews and more from What She Said here on YouTube.